Was the single most dominant win in Fortnite's history actually a lie? Picture this. It's July 28th, 2019. A 16-year-old kid named Kyle Giersdorf, who the world knows as Bugha, is about to play 6 games of Fortnite. In the lobby with him are 99 of the best players on the planet, all hungry for a $3 million grand prize and the title of the first ever Fortnite World Cup champion. What happened next was unbelievable. Bugha didn't just squeak by, he destroyed the competition, scoring 59 points, which was almost double the 33 points of the guy in second place. He was crowned the undisputed king of Fortnite. But in the years since, whispers have turned into full-blown conspiracy theories. Leaked audio, secret game-breaking glitches, and a few too many coincidences have led a massive part of the community to ask one burning question. Was the World Cup rigged for Bugha? Today, we're looking into the biggest scandal in Fortnite history. We'll break down the evidence, separate the facts from the fiction, and try to figure out if Bugha's victory was a legitimate masterclass or a perfectly orchestrated marketing stunt by Epic Games. The first crack in the perfect story appeared almost right away, and it all started with a sound. Multiple pro players in the finals reported that they could clearly hear the casters and the roar of the stadium crowd through their official headsets. This wasn't just a little background noise. Imagine trying to play the most critical match of your life while hearing commentators react to plays happening all across. The conspiracy theories exploded. What if some players were getting unfair information? Could they hear when an opponent was low on health, or where a huge fight was breaking out? Bugha himself later confirmed he could hear the announcers, saying it hyped him up after he got kills and boosted his confidence. Now, to be clear, he never claimed to get strategic info like enemy locations, and Epic Games wrote off the audio bleed as a non-issue since so many players said they could hear it. But the community wasn't buying it. They argued that even if everyone had the same disadvantage, it wouldn't affect them all the same way. A player like Bugha, who was already on a hot streak, could feed off that energy, while a nervous player could get completely thrown off their game. The theory suggests this wasn't an accident, but a feature, that Epic knew the audio was bleeding through and that it created a more intense, story-driven atmosphere. For a confident player like Bugha, who grabbed an early lead, this glitch could have been a constant adrenaline shot, fueling his aggressive, crowd-pleasing playstyle. Was it just a coincidence that the player who benefited most from the hype was the one who ended up lifting? The skeptics don't think so. Beyond the sound, the rabbit hole gets deeper with talk of secret, unpatched glitches could have given certain players a huge leg up. The most famous of these is the North glitch. This was a rumored exploit where, if your character was facing north on the map, you could take control of an opponent's floor and cone builds on the first try every single time. In a game where owning builds is life or death, this would be completely game-breaking. The theory claims that Epic Games knew about this glitch, but left it in the game for the World Cup. And the allegation gets even more specific, that Bugha's drop spot, Lucky Landing, and his usual storm rotation path just so happened to have him facing north during critical endgame fights. While the North glitch was a real exploit that some pros knew about, there's never been any concrete proof that it was active during the World Cup finals, or that Bugha knowingly used it. Most of the evidence comes from old Reddit threads and community speculation, and many other pros have dismissed it as just a rumor. Another whispered about advantage was a landing audio glitch, where the sound of an opponent landing near you would either be delayed or completely silent. In those chaotic first few moments of a match, knowing you have a location all to yourself is a massive advantage. But again, just like the North glitch, there's no hard evidence proving this was a widespread problem in the finals, or that it just happened to benefit Bugha. But as we know, in the world of competitive gaming, a lack of proof has never been enough to kill a good story. For those who believe the rigging theory, these glitches are the smoking gun. They argue that Epic didn't need to hand Bugha kills. They just needed to subtly tip the scales. By leaving these exploits in the game and creating a path where their chosen one could knowingly or not, take advantage of them, they could engineer a victory that still looked legit on the surface. If you want to find a conspiracy in any battle royale, the first place you look is the Storm Circle is basically the god of a Fortnite match. Its random path dictates everything. For years, parts of the community have accused Epic of messing with this randomness. There are famous examples from community folklore, like in the FNCS Invitational of 2023, where people claimed zones repeatedly pulled west for Cooper and Miro in 5 out of 6 games, or back at TwitchCon 2018, where they seemed to exclusively favor Tfue and Cloakzy's southern drop spot. This brings us back to the World Cup. The theory here isn't that every single zone pulled directly to Bugha. It's a bit more subtle than that. It suggests that Epic has the power to tweak the zone's algorithm to reward aggressive playstyles and prevent boring, passive endgames. A central zone, or one that shifts dramatically, forces players into action, creating the highlight reel spectacle Epic wanted for its first World Cup. And who was the most aggressive player in that lobby? Bugha. He qualified for the World Cup in the very first week and came out swinging, winning the very first game of the finals with an aggressive pace. While others were playing it safe, he was constantly pushing and looking for fights. In a game state that was supposedly designed to reward action, Bugha was the perfect storm. While there is absolutely no proof that Epic manipulated the zones in the 2019 World Cup, the theory sticks around because it fits a larger pattern of community suspicion. For the theorists, the zone wasn't random. It was a tool to make sure the most exciting player had the best shot at winning.